All right, so I was on vacation at Disney World when I was like 19 with my brother. We had just had this great day, riding rides, Space Mountain and shit, eating big ass turkey leg. Matter of fact, that was the last vacation I ever went on, which is sad. So we're waiting for the shuttle outside. There's a couple other people around. There's this girl, a little black girl, like 15 years old or whatever. And she is just staring at me, but like not in a good way. Like it wasn't cool. She comes over and she starts talking to my brother and stuff, still looking at me. She's asking like, what was I? She was asking my brother, what the fuck was I? At this time in my life, my self-esteem was just, in the toilet. But even then I was like, well, damn, bitch. So my brother's trying to explain, we're black albinos. He's a black albino. I'm a black albino. This whole time, she is not taking her eyes off me. Like real, like you about to move and scare the fuck out me right now, So she comes a little closer to me, but stays far enough away that I couldn't like reach out and grab her. And she like leans in and starts asking me questions. Now people have done this before, but they've never done this like this blatantly in my face. I've never seen this level of curiosity and absolute horror and terror from a person at the same time. Finally, the bus pulls up. At this point, my brother's already laughing. He thinks this shit is fucking hilarious. My soul is hurt. We get on the bus. Bus is loud. She sits down. I go to the back and she moves to get closer to me, but still far enough away that I cannot grab her. Offended. About halfway through the trip, she asked me a question and I didn't hear her. So I moved a little closer. Just leaned in. Huh? The screams she let out would have made you believe that I was physically stabbing her to death. I wasn't. I was just leaning closer to answer a question that she had asked me. I should have punched her in the face. I should have punched her dead in the face, but I didn't. If I had a punched her in the face, at the time I would have thought it'd been just like, self-defense because she had just stomped all over and through my soul. My brother just fell the fuck out. He laughing his ass off. This bitch now, everybody laughing on the bus, just to me, everybody's scared of me and shit. Came from Disneyland, Disney World, feeling all good and shit, feeling good about myself. Had a great day, eating turkey and churros and riding Space Mountain and Big Thunder. I'm just trying to go home, and this little fuck ass heifer gonna fucking ask me a question and then get mad because I got too goddamn close. Bitch, I hope you got rickets. Anyway, hopefully that girl is still alive and, somewhere miserable. Wherever you are, I hope your feet never stop growing. I hope you can only open one eye at a time forever. I hope your knee backs is always moist. I hope you never get the right key on the first or second try. I hope that every now and then you get random bumps on your ass. I remember this one time I was fucking, I had a 3-disc changer, because that's how we did it back in the day, man. There was no iPods, none of that shit, man. You had the big ass stereo tower with the multi-disc changer on that bitch. Oh, that's nothing. When I was a girl, all we had was a banjo and some strings. Anyway, I had the 3-disc changer. Now, I love Disney music. One of my favorite soundtracks is the Little Mermaid soundtrack. I remember I had these like $800 like big ass speakers. I bought them out of the back of a trunk from this dude at a gas station. You make choices in life. They were fire though. Girl came over. At the time, I was not very experienced in the ways of the smash. Don't get me wrong, I'm not very good at the banging as it stands now, but I'm at least experienced enough to know that I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like the third girl that I'd ever skadooshed, and she was much more attractive than me. To the point where I was like, are you sure? So we get to hunching, and I got Usher on the track, you know what I mean? Nice and slow. We right in the middle, and all of a sudden the track ends, and the track I hear the that means the CD's changing. Now I knew I also had Jodeci in there, and I was just assuming that was what was gonna come up, but nah. Under the sea, the seaweed is always greener. ADHD and childhood trauma have taught me how to walk through pain, so I just kept on humping. But inside it was like, why? So this is the last time, Nate. This is the last time you ever gonna have sex. It's pretty good, man. It's a shame that you're never gonna get to do this again. Like, if you're wondering why people don't like you, like, this is why. Like, this is why. So I just keep humping because I'm not mature enough in the sex game to know what the fuck to do. I start panicking, thinking I'm fucking it up for everybody else. You fucking it up for niggas and you fucking it up for albinos, dog. You ain't shit. I'm on top, but before this moment, I haven't made eye contact because why would I do that? Finally, I make that eye contact. I look down and she's smiling. She's starting to laugh a little bit. I look at her. I'm like, what? Already knowing that my life is over. She's like, you're still fucking on beat. I am a god. All those who would like to learn the ways of God rejoice in my generosity. Bring me tribute and kneel before my greatness. And yeah, we just kept banging all the rest of the night. Until the condom broke and I had a panic attack and fell asleep. But still, I get some weird questions, obviously. I remember one time I was on this date. We were vibing, you know what I mean? Like, we both agreed that turkey bacon is a lie. We both agreed that there should be no judgment about how much frosting you eat while making a gingerbread house. And we both agreed that if we were transported 300 years in the past, we would be utterly useless. Like, I know how electricity works, but I don't know how that shit work. You know what I mean? Like, I know how the shit work, but I don't know how to work the shit, if that's more clear. We was vibing, you know what I mean? She told me she had a couple kids. That's cool. We grown. I expected. Sex is fun. Then she asked me, like, if we went back to her house, would her kids catch my albino? Nah. Look, is that a stupid question? Yeah. Should a person with an IQ in the double digits be able to figure that out? Yeah. But at the same time, like, at least she was looking out for her kids. You know what I'm talking about? Like, silver linings. One time in college, me and the homie Mackenzie made Jello Shots out of 151. It didn't work. See, I didn't know that 151 has too much alcohol in it and it won't solidify with Jello. I didn't know that. We didn't have like a Jello tray because we were college students. So instead we used a big ass mixing bowl, but it was like too big for like one thing of Jello. So we used 2 things of Jello and 2 fists of 151, which now that I think about it was too much and might have been one of the reasons that it did not solidify. We could never get it like completely hard. That's what she said. Ended up being 151 cherry soup. You can't let that go to waste. So we just like ate it with big ass soup spoons. It was not good. We got hammered. Like after the first bite, after the first like big mouthful, I was like, I'm not going to class tomorrow. I'm sorry, did I make it seem like this was a weekend? No, this was like a Tuesday. It's one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in my entire life. Eating our bowls of chili, our bowls of Jello, it had the consistency of chili and the alcohol of the thunder god Zeus. But he's down, he starts laughing. I forgot what we were watching. I'm sitting on the floor and he's sitting on the couch and he looks at me, he's like, dude, you want to see something really fucking funny? You ever seen the movie Mac and Me? I was like, yeah. He did it way better. And he did that shit with both hands. When I tell you that I fell all the way out, man, I still have that image of him doing that shit burned in my head. It'll be there for the rest of my life. I laughed myself to sleep. Like, that's how hard I was laughing. Then he started laughing because I'm laughing, and I can't stop laughing because I keep thinking about it, which makes him not be able to stop laughing. And it's so much alcohol. Moral of the story is 151 does not make good Jello shots. Also, I don't know how to make Jello shots. And if you're wondering, no, I didn't go to class the next day. But that semester I did finish with a 3.7 GPA. I don't know how. I remember I was on the road and we were in this small town in Montana. I'm talking small, like 1,500 people small. I was with the homie Vince. He was headlining, I was featuring. It was at this little ass bar and I was assuming nobody was going to show up, you know what I mean? Because it's a small ass town. But in small-ass towns, there ain't shit to do. So like 200 people showed up, which is a large percentage of the town. By the way, Vince is half Filipino and half Mexican. I'm a black albino. This was Montana. So, do with that information what you will. So I go up, set was fun. Vince goes up, set was fun. We had a really good time. Our hotel was right across the road, like right up the hill, like a 5-minute walk. So we figured, let's just stay here and drink a little bit with these people. I don't mean these people like that, but we were having a pretty good time. We were getting fucked up and everybody was having good. Nothing really strange had happened. I mean, strange, but not out of the ordinary, I should say. And I remember this really cute redhead. I was like, damn, she really cute. And then she was really nice and she was talking to me. And then for some unknown reason, she says, I love black people. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Like, I'm not even afraid to say nigger. What? Yeah, I say it to my friends and my friends all the time. Now, this is not a new experience for me because sometimes people are stupid. That's fine. It's okay. But I want to make this very clear. If you are one of the people who think that saying nigger or nigga around a black person is impressing them, for the most part, you're not doing what you think you're doing, fam. Like, I know what you think you're trying to do, but that's not what's happening. So consider I'm in this small ass town and I'm like, that's cool. Vince, I'm just gone back to the hotel. Vince is like, yeah, I think I'm gonna head back there too. Apparently there was this 50-year-old lady that was trying to convince Vince that me and him wanted to have a threesome with her. As I was leaving, a the old lady who was trying to get some, which, hey. And this dude who was really nice, but it seems like he probably cries during the national anthem. You know what I'm talking about? They, unbeknownst to me, put me in the middle of a political conversation I didn't particularly want to be in. I eventually got out of it by asking questions that were both off topic and hilarious. Questions like, what percentage of politicians do you think can do the splits without ripping their taint? Also, since raccoons have people hands, can they... Monkeys, chimps, gorillas got people hands, and they be beating one out. Can raccoons punch it? Eventually, they just left, went back inside. And I started walking home. About halfway there, I say home, I mean back to the hotel, obviously, but about halfway there, a girl that was at the show asked me if I wanted to ride, which was odd because I was standing in front of my hotel, and she knew that, and she wanted to give me a ride anyway. Now, some of y'all might be like, dude, Nate, she was totally fucking hitting on you, and I would like to tell you that I'm stupid. So I asked if she wanted to come in, and she said yeah, and then nothing happened. We just talked. She told me she was gay. I know some people would be like, damn, man, she pretended to be gay just to get away from me. Well, here's the thing. I didn't think she wanted to do anything with me in the first place. I don't have a lot of confidence, but mainly it's because I don't pick up signs from women. My girlfriend can attest to this. I am not smart. I just don't know when I'm being flirted with. I don't think she was flirting with me. But I don't recognize. I don't have game either. I want to make that clear. I'll just walk up to a girl and be like, what's up? Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? And if she doesn't immediately kick me in the balls, I'll just keep talking until one of us takes our shirts off. I don't know. Anyway, small towns can be, interesting. But they can also be very entertaining. And pretty fucking good crowds. Man, why are you in the dryer? I was like 21 at my homie Ryan's house party. There's like 60 people in this one-bedroom apartment. But I didn't care. I was already faded. Me, Ryan, and Bobby had finished off a half-gallon of rum before the first person showed up. Faded. So the party's getting a little disruptive, I guess. And we're just waiting for the cops to show up. Finally, we're here. Whoop, whoop. Everybody takes off running. But it's a one-bedroom house, and there's like 60-plus people. Not a lot of wiggle room. People jumping out windows, hiding under beds, taking off into the woods with no shoes. I was like, damn, Dad, I'm hiding in the laundry room. Go to the laundry room, and I hear something in the dryer. I open it up, and the homie's in the dryer. First of all, homie like 5'9", 200 pounds. I don't even know how he did that. Second of all, he's a cop. I was like, what you doing? He was like, don't tell nobody, shut up. I'm like, dude, you a cop. He was like, yeah, and I'm on all the drugs right now. So I closed the dryer and hid in the hamper. We didn't get caught. It wasn't until we were sober that we realized that none of us had to run because we were all of age. We were just used to it by that point.